Fucking hell, we're doing this again.
We are doing this again. Still not sure why we're doing this.
Well, that's the point. A friend of mine actually listened to the first episode. So it's very funny and they liked it and everything. But they asked why we're actually doing this, which is something that we didn't actually cover in the first one at all. We kind of said about how much like Sonic experience we had, how much Sonic X we'd seen. We didn't actually cover.
And then sort of glossed over the whole point of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Why the fuck we actually want to watch this shitty Sonic anime from 2003? Now, I'm going to say this straight up. And I think that after watching these 2 episodes today, I feel a little bit more vindicated in this. That I really like Sonic X. And
oh, you're not going to be able to walk that one back.
No. So there's nostalgia involved with it as well, but I don't think it's that bad, and it brings me back to like a fun time in my youth where I could watch a Sonic cartoon that wasn't shit, and actually no, kind of like felt a bit more like the games and like how it should, and it was kind of Sonic-y. I like it. Now,
also a bit more like the games.
Yes. Well, we're also not there yet. It's gonna go fucking crazy. I made a big mistake. Well, I didn't make a big mistake. I was very interested after what you said last time about how you kind of skipped to the end in the spaceship and that kind of thing. Now, I watched the last 2 episodes.
Okay.
Right? Just to see if I, in my mind, remember if it was as good as I thought.
You wanted to make sure you weren't overselling it.
No. The ending is fucking awesome, right?
Okay.
And spoilers, the dub fucking ruins it.
Awesome.
It edits almost everything out into a point where it's hilarious. Now, I'm going to say that there's some good stuff to come, and I really, really like it. Now, my other reason for wanting to do this is you hate it.
I hate what I've seen, and I never saw this through to the end. So my reason for wanting to do this is I've subjected myself to many awful Sonic things. Some of you would have watched along as I did that. I've never seen Sonic X through to the end, and I feel like that is a black mark on my Sonic record. That's why I want to do this.
That's fair. So again, and that brings me into my other reason for it. It's pain.
Yeah, a lot of Sonic for me is pain.
Well, I suppose some people won't know this and our backgrounds and everything. We didn't really cover that too much as well. Me and you have been friends for many, many years.
For better or for worse, yeah.
we have bonded over Sonic in certain ways. You have done several week-long marathon charity streams, and you've raised a lot of money, which is great. You know,
yeah.
Your pain is comedy to others as well.
7 weeks of my life,
particularly me.
7 weeks of my life belong to Sonic the Hedgehog and charity.
It's definitely more than that, but yes, at least that much that you can quantify in one go.
7 weeks can be proven. Everything else is extracurricular activity.
Well, yeah, okay. So like it was like clocking into work and doing all this stuff as well. So on the last one that you did, I joined you for 2 days. 2 days.
2 days.
And we kind of had the idea to do a podcast on something Sonic related since then. And that was 2 years ago, and it's taken us this long to actually get down and doing this. Well,
next month it will be 2 years ago. So,
oh fucking hell!
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah.
We mentioned Sonic Xperts on the stream because in my Discord chat someone mentioned, oh yeah, I remember when you and Paul were joking about that. I still think so and so would be a better name.
Oh fuck you!
Yeah,
fuck you. Sonic Xperts is the best name. We are not Sonic Xperts, especially not Sonic X Experts, but we will be, and that's the point of this.
We want to prove our Sonic cred, is that it?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you this? I actually owned soap shoes.
Oh my fucking god! I was going to talk about like how did you buy them back at the time they came out?
Yeah.
Like when everybody else was skateboarding.
Yeah.
Like you thought you were extra cool.
I bought soap shoes because I thought they were extra cool.
Have you still got them?
Oh, I might actually still have them at home. I don't know if they'll fit me.
This is going to bring me to something. So I teased this with you a while back saying about something towards like Sonic merchandise.
Yeah.
Or something I bought, which I thought was going to blow your fucking mind. When I was researching things to do for the podcast in the first place, I looked through the merchandise that was on the wiki and that kind of thing. And there was something on there that I could not fucking believe. Absolutely blew me away that I could not believe existed at all.
Right. Oh shit, he's reaching for something. What the fuck? Sonic X the card game?
The trading card game.
Gotta go fast, faster, faster. 110 cards inside. Ooh, 4 playmats with rules for the following games.
That's one playmat, by the way, with rules in there. Do you want to see the cards?
I do.
So for those who don't know as well, me and Zach work within the hobby industry.
Trading cards is sort of our
Yeah, kind of board games, anything to do with hobby, anything like that. This game looks fucking terrible, and I really don't want to tell you how much this cost me. It was too much.
Right. Oh, the first card here, Sonic Thumbs Up. When flipped, put a blue card from your discards on top of your deck.
Yeah, great.
Okay. From your discards.
Yeah.
The picture is Sonic giving a thumbs up.
If you look through the art, it's poor quality screen grabs. Right. Do you know how much? So I saw it on eBay as well. Do you know how much a booster box of this is? That includes foils and everything. How much a booster box? Yeah, because this comes in things as well. This is just a 2-player starter deck.
Okay, we're gonna play this, right?
We are gonna play this, and we'll probably do it on stream at some point.
Well, check in for the next Sonic Marathon, probably in July. Shadow smirking. That doesn't
smoking.
Smirking.
I want to see Shadow smoking.
It has no card text. This is a terrible card.
Shadow smoking. He's just too cool. I believe Shadow is smoke. He uses a gun.
The City. Oh, we've got a second Sonic Thumbs Up.
110 cards there. So do you know how much a booster box of this is on eBay?
Oh, hit me.
Have a guess. For a card game that's been defunct for about 17 years.
Okay, so we got to come at this from several angles, because dead card games, yes, if they have no appeal, I can see them dropping down to low values. However, some card games, like the WoW TCG, that has reasons to keep buying it. Yeah. So booster boxes for that are like in the 300s. Yeah. Sonic fans are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I want 100.
90 quid.
90. Okay, yeah. I was close.
That's
Boom.
not bad. 90 quid for a foil, for a chance of getting a foil of Shadow smoking.
Well, it is payday this week.
Oh, don't do it. We'll crowdfund it. They'll pay for
it. Join our Patreon. We'll buy some Sonic X cards.
We spent your hard-earned money on getting Sonic X cards that we'll never use. I just want Shadow smoking.
I'm sure I've seen that on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was wondering, do we get like a fan art section as well where we look for the best Sonic X fan art? Because
absolutely.
And even if it includes like Vor or anything bad, or
have you got a podcast section you want us to see added?
Yeah, tell us.
Let us know. It's Sonic Xperts on Twitter.
The Sonic X Vor section.
I mean, I'm not above it. I'm not above it.
Oh God.
There's no shortage of that shit on the internet.
No, I know. That probably should bring us to hello and welcome to Sonic Xperts.
Oh yeah, this podcast, this show we're doing. Cool.
My name is Paul.
My name is Zach.
And I'm not a Sonic expert yet, but I will do through the medium of Vor porn.
I mean, I
want to see pregnant tails with Sonic in his belly.
I am a Sonic expert, and now I don't want to be. Shit.
But he'll need more than speed if Dr. Eggman gets the Crystal Rainbow Stone.
How much did you pay for this?
£27.
£27.
To get that imported. Oh, it had to come from the US.
Faster. Gotta go fast.
That's only with the postage for that as well. It's about 20 quid. But it's because it just doesn't exist anymore.
Viz Media and Score.
The fuck is Score?
They did the original Dragon Ball card game.
Did they?
Yeah.
Do you know, interestingly,
have you tried to play this yet?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't play it without you.
Good.
Yeah. I couldn't fucking not get it, could I?
No, dude, you couldn't not get it. I'm just surprised I didn't know it existed.
I'm surprised. You know what? When you started looking through merchandise stuff, I was certain that you were going to find it and you were going to tell me about it, and I was like, because like you knew
Actually,
there was 40 issues of the comic.
I have a friend over in America, and she did send me some Sonic X cards at one point.
No,
I don't know if they're from this. I'll have to dig them out.
Hang on, let's have a look.
But they're foil. I've got foil Knuckles.
How the fuck have you only just remembering that now?
Because I don't know if they're just... I was going to bring them up at some point, but I don't know if they're from this card game or if there is also a collectible...
Well, yes,
collectible cards.
I think that there is.
Because I think they look different than those cards.
I will buy that booster box if somebody pays for it for us.
You will buy that booster box if someone else gives you the money for it.
Yeah, but like, I tell you what, that isn't going anywhere. That is going to be on eBay forever.
Oh yeah,
it
definitely.
won't drop in price. Do I think it's worth that? No. I would actually value that booster box at about 30 quid, I think.
Wait, does that listing allow you to make offers?
No.
Ah, fuck. I was totally going to ping an offer of like 30 quid.
Do you know what? I think that I think people like that would usually rather wait on that.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't think the Sonic X card game is like fine wine.
It's gonna come back.
I'm not sure you can expect returns to increase on something like that. Sonic fans may be crazy, but I mean,
go down to the card seller, dust off a box. Of
Sonic X ain't exactly a property on the up and up.
Yeah, but no. But the point is,
it was on Netflix for about 3 weeks, and then they took it off.
The point is that nobody else has it sealed as well.
Yeah, but if we get it, it's not going to stay sealed.
Well, I know, but nobody. But if he's the only one that's got it, he can set the price.
We don't know if he's the only one that's got it. We'll have to do some
investigation. I did look into it. I think there was some. So at the moment, the collectible game, not the one that's not a game, the one that's just cards, seems to be harder to find.
Okay, yeah, I think the cards I've got do not belong to a game. They're just...
How would you know? They're quite fucking nondescript anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig them out and have a look.
You looked at the fucking rule. You did, didn't you? Like
I did. It is absolutely insane.
Unintelligible rubbish. You've seen the mat as well.
I've not seen the mat.
So unfold the fucking instructions because of course.
First, this is a card game for 2 to 4 players. Players play from one main deck of 110 cards and reshuffle it whenever it is empty of cards. How to win. You win the game the instant you have 3 Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, you know, just like Sonic.
Setup. 1. Pick 5 items to be the Chaos Emeralds for the game. You know, the 5 Chaos Emeralds.
No.
But also, like...
Yeah, right. Why wouldn't it be 7? But, like, what, just regular items you've got around the house?
Yeah, just whatever you think, you know, that'd make a good fucking Chaos Emerald.
Toilet brush?
A toilet brush, empty spray can, half a cream cracker. Step 2. Shuffle the 110 card deck and have another player cut it. Players draw 7 cards each. So you share a deck.
Yeah.
Which is always a sin in these kinds of games. Step 3.
Sign of quality.
Flip a coin. The winner chooses who the leader is for the turn. The leader is the player who flips the first card each turn.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, this is really long. I don't want to read the rest.
No, you don't have to. But yeah, just unfurl it all. Look at the fucking game area.
Oh, nice. This is high quality.
No.
I like how it's black and white and it's just squares.
It's just fucking squares.
It is ish. You know what? This isn't great on an audio medium. We're going to take pictures of this. We're going to chuck it up on our Twitter. You've got to see this. This is unique.
Unintelligible garbage. Fuck, do you imagine?
This is a Bushy Road game.
No. Well, that's definitely a deep cut joke for those who care. But not. Do you imagine? Like, I don't get this, Mum. Explain this to me. I don't fucking know either. What is a discard? Is what my mum would say. Which one's the discard?
It's whatever's most cutting.
Yeah. It's fun.
Shadow smoking is the biggest discard.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
That's no good.
We watched 2 episodes this time, not 1.
We did. We lied to you.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry.
Lied. And you were completely wrong as well, because you thought last time that it was Sonic busting Tails out of jail.
I did.
But Tails is a fucking boss in this one, man.
Yeah, Tails puts us all to shame, really.
Yeah, I've got pages and pages of notes as ever.
He does.
Listen, you've come prepared with fuck all as per usual.
Well, I thought we were just doing 1 episode.
No, you didn't. You said 4. You said we were going to do 4.
No, because we have to watch the Japanese one.
Yeah.
And the English one. There's two episodes for 1 episode.
Well, that's also something we should bring up as well. There is a reason we watch them in 2 languages, and it is very evident in this episode, episode 2.
Yeah, immediately, what Paul said last episode about Sonic not doing any English is thrown out the window.
Oh, completely. And well, there was something. Well, I think we should probably address this straight away, and that's the fact that Sonic swears in the Japanese version.
Sonic totally swears
to a degree that we have both watched this independently and had to rewind it and be like, did he just fucking? So
I could swear I heard it wrong.
Something that we were going to talk about when we were researching episode 1 was Japanese and English differences. And you were going to bring up, you told me as well, differences between the script that had been noted and to do with swearing. And again, you said it wasn't worth even...
Yeah, I didn't think it was worth bringing up because having only seen the first episode, I thought it was just a case of people taking mistranslations a bit too far. And then Sonic full-on fucking swears this episode.
He actually says shit.
Shit! Ikuzo!
Dude, Sonic, what's your language?
Shit, let's go.
While he's saving a child.
Like again, like I know
no respect.
So it's kind of like both of us in one, because we were saying about how I didn't want any, like, you know, Jinglish or anything like that. You didn't want any, and you didn't think there'd be any swearing. Both of those things combined, he actually, in Japanese, says the English word shit.
Yeah, again, I had to rewind this 3 times because I was like, am I just mishearing this? Does this just happen to sound like shit and the subtitles ran with it?
No way it could be anything else.
No, Sonic just says shit.
Yeah. What initial thoughts on episode 2, which, hang on, I believe is called in Japanese, Infiltrate Area 99, and in English, Sonic to the Rescue.
I watched this in both Japanese and English.
Yes, me too. I'll get to the stats and everything first of all. The air dates, interesting that it's like exactly 5 months behind in the US. So it was in Japanese on April the 13th, 2003, and in America, September the 13th, 2003. So it's exactly 5 months behind schedule, which is
all worked out.
And a pretty good turnaround. But
back then, yeah.
Yeah. Initial thoughts on this one for you. So the prison break episode.
This was much, much better than episode 1. So I was wrong last time. Sonic is not breaking Tails out.
No.
He's actually breaking cream and cheese.
Cream and cheese. Cream and chow.
Cream and chow. He's breaking cream and chow out. But Tails does make an appearance.
That's good. He does indeed.
So I can see where I made that connection.
Well, that's good as well. Well, it's good thing that Sonic has such strong friends.
It really is. It really is.
So it opens on the family estate, and Chris is on the phone with his movie star mum.
Oh, this picture has been a disaster, darling. A complete disaster. We've had to stop shooting because there's been torrential rain for days, so there's nothing I can do besides sit and wait. I don't think I'll be back till late next week at the earliest. But I've had plenty of time to go shopping, and I'm having lots of wonderful presents sent. I hope you'll like them. They're coming on Daddy's jet, so you should have them tonight.
Thanks, Mom. Mom, there's something there's something I did which I'm kind of not supposed to.
Christopher, what happened? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
English and Japanese differences here. Now, the parents talking to Chris on the phone. Chris is generally the same in both languages, but the parents sound genuinely quite concerned in the Japanese one. And they are full-blown cartoon characters in the English dub that sound like they care more about their jobs than they do Chris.
Yeah. Picked up on that a little bit.
You said about how he fell into the pool trying to rescue a cat.
It shows us that clip from the end of episode 1 again. Chris saving Sonic from the pool. Sonic going, "Thank you."
Oh God.
It was it was English.
Did you notice how
this is what I live for?
When Chris was questioning Sonic about things like, how can you talk? It just kind of avoids it completely to the point where it probably wasn't even narratively worth asking the question.
No. When asked, how did you learn how to talk? Sonic goes, "I don't know."
I've just always been
and
able
then
to do
just
it.
looks away, actually making it more of a mystery.
I couldn't tell her that I saved a blue talking hedgehog. That reminds me. Where and when did you learn how to talk, Sonic?
Good question. Unfortunately, I don't have a very good answer.
So the next part is Chris offering Sonic food and says, okay, well, what do hedgehogs eat here? He's actually already seems to be aware that there's hedgehogs or that there's kind of a different sort of animal that isn't anthropomorphic.
Later in this episode, someone describes a hedgehog in their world, and it is a hedgehog from our world, which makes the whole leap in logic of looking at Sonic and saying, "That's a fucking hedgehog." Way harder to believe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you put our hedgehog against Sonic, I'm never making that connection.
Again, as much as I'm a big fan of the Formula One police from episode 1, but not the stupid
Sam Speed.
But not Sam. Every time I hear Sam Speed, it sounds like the dodgy bloke at the pub. That's probably if you need to get some pills or anything like that, you go see Sam Speed in the toilets.
You pop over there. Speed will sort you out.
Yeah, Sam Speed. Oh, Sam Speed's off its tits. So the Jinglish that I've got straight away is "No way!" and "See you," because obviously when after I think it's absolutely amazing that Sonic being the characterization of Sonic being quite belligerent, and quite funny about it as well. Chris offers him some hedgehog food. He spits it out, basically tells him that this is shit, fuck this, and runs away.
And then is immediately back in the next scene with no explanation.
That's so disappointing.
So Sonic runs off. Chris is all getting ready to get dramatic about it. I'm here thinking so is this going to be like a 5-minute scene of Sonic running away and deciding he wants to go back? No, next scene is just there. Still, they're just chilling on the sofa now.
Yeah, that's it. And they're
probably watching last episode.
Yeah. Yeah. My note here says, runs off to get real food, basically thinks Chris is a loser.
He is not wrong.
Next is Grandpa Chuck, who's not named in this episode.
No, I did remember he was called Grandpa Chuck, though.
And they're watching the TV report from the night before about Sonic, which I think is amazing that since the speeds that Sonic was running,
cameras could even catch him.
I know, quite well, and track him quite well. It should just be a blur.
It's really, they have some high quality camera equipment in this universe.
My favourite part about this scene, bar none, is the first thing that Chuck thinks to do is jam a screwdriver up his ass.
I mean, they're just catering for that DeviantArt audience.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, do you think Chuck's into Vor?
Oh, Chuck is definitely into Vor.
Chuck's a nickname for definite. He's always chucking it.
Oh. We're going to see a lot of Chuck.
Do you think that's a Satan reference?
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, why would he be called Chuck?
I don't know. It's a good name.
I think it is. Because obviously, what we were saying before about the teasers and stuff probably being a co-production. I think that it's more than likely a reference to that. I
didn't even make the connection.
Well, Uncle Chuck, Grandpa Chuck. I think it has to be. I don't think there's. I don't know if there's an answer, but why of all names would the elderly figure be called Chuck, even if he's literally just a rip-off of Doc Brown? Actually, he looks a bit like Dr. Wily.
I was thinking that. He's very Dr. Wily, which might be why I like Chuck. I think Chuck's my favorite character.
Chuck is, I think, the standout star of this episode.
I've got some things to say about Chuck. He's very irresponsible.
Oh my God. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. No,
but he's my favorite character.
There's one leap in logic, which I'm not really too big a fan of. They see Cream and Cheese on TV and that they've been captured, and finally, the police seem to be doing exactly what they should. And
Their job.
And containing this thing, which...
This weird alien.
Well, they make a point of mentioning this as well, particularly in the Japanese one, that it could be an alien or biological weapon. You don't just go straight up to it thinking, oh, it's a big cat that can run really fast or anything.
Although Cream looks more like a rabbit
than Sonic
looks a hedgehog.
But what the fuck is that thing that looks like a teardrop?
A mistake.
But out of nowhere, Chuck calls someone and has a lead.
Hey, Chuck is in some fucking circles, Paul.
And finds out...
Chuck has connections.
And finds out that they've been captured and being kept in the elusive Area 99. Like, there's a secret base. And he's just like...
This is after Sonic runs off to save them, realizes he doesn't know where to go, and comes immediately back.
I thought they'd probably do something along those lines. Well, thanks very much for giving me the scoop, and I'll talk to you soon. Well, it seems Sonic's friends have been captured by the police and moved to Area 99.
Area 99? That's that top secret military base.
What?
Now, the funny thing is as well that the exposition, the line about it being a military research facility comes from Chris. So this secret base is common knowledge that even some stupid kid knows about it.
I mean, we have to keep in mind, Chuck is Chris's guardian. You've got to learn some stuff around a character like Chuck.
Yeah, but like that line should really come from Chuck. To explain it, I could believe that maybe he's like some sort of Nazi scientist in hiding or something like that.
Oh, don't ruin Chuck for me, Paul.
No, I'm not ruining. I'm making him better.
So, of course, the only natural conclusion is that everyone's taking a road trip to Area 99.
I've actually written
and
here...
Chuck brings Chris along.
I have written here as well that Chuck suggests that they might think that aliens are biological weapons developed by another country. And I've actually put a line next to it and made a big note to say that this is not stupid. Like that is actually what they should be thinking.
It's the most logical they've been this whole time. But again,
before the road trip,
sidestepping that.
Before even the road trip, my favorite thing is Sonic being belligerent and saying, like, fuck this, I'll go and find them on my own. But he gets stopped by a garage door. Like
the unstoppable enemy.
Chuck bests him by closing the door, so, like, quite slowly. Like,
I'm not going on your own. We're going on a road trip.
You're gonna need some help, Sonic. I'll go with you.
Grandpa, are you serious?
Of course I'm serious, and you're coming along too. You told me you don't want to lead a boring life like your father, so here's your chance for some excitement.
Apparently, Chris has been complaining that his life's too boring, so Chuck decides to take him to a military base to break someone out.
Chuck tells Chris not to be a massive fucking loser like his dad and to go along to the high security military base too. And I've got a thing here that says, just who the fuck is Grandpa Chuck?
I don't know, but I hope we can investigate.
Well, who's the moneymaker? They've got a mansion. And
I think Chuck is established.
You think?
I think Chuck built the wealth. Everyone else just got luxury jobs. They're doing it. They're doing it for the looks.
Well,
Chuck is bringing the money in. He's got his hands in so many different pies.
It's that Nazi gold.
Chuck has got that Nazi gold.
Oh, imagine if you found out that like Chris Thorndike. Wow, that could be. That's Thorndike. I suppose it could be some sort of. There's definitely maybe a European connection to that. Perhaps it's quite British or that kind of thing. Or they could. Well, Thorndike's not a Japanese name, regardless.
No, Chris also not a Japanese name.
They never cover the background of Chuck. I'm fairly certain that they don't.
Chuck, also not a Japanese name.
No. Mr. Tanaka, the slave, who's only mentioned in this as well, and Ella, the Mexican housemaid. We haven't seen Ella yet, and she's not in either of these two as well, but that might be the most racist character in the show.
Just a little bit, yeah.
It'd only be worse if she had blackface.
We have seen her in the Japanese ending.
That's true. Cleaning up everyone's shit. Chuck, as I said, basically says bullies Chris, and says not to be massive.
Pressures Chris into doing a crime.
Yeah, by saying don't be a massive fucking loser like your dad.
And this isn't a small crime. This isn't drinking underage. This is a fucking prison break.
So which side is Chuck on? Like, is he?
He's on the side of chaos.
No, as in, which grandparent is he?
The side of chaos.
It's the grandparent to chaos. I'll take that.
We do not know the
Does he
extent
hate his
of Chuck's
son?
power.
Or does he hate his son-in-law?
Oh, he definitely hates his son-in-law.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is assuming he didn't just build both of them.
So Chris might be some sort of weird clone.
I think Chris... What if Chris is a young clone of Chuck?
That is Nazi science. Sonic
Yeah.
X, man.
Man, Sonic X has so many different layers, we've not even started to peel this onion.
Sonic will need strong friends. Like Tails, the genius mechanic. And Amy, the mood maker.
They go on the road trip and...
Sonic is bored of fuck in this car.
He runs off and before he runs off, they give him a Saiyan Scouter.
Needs to check the power level.
Which he gives it a great thank you.
He does.
And all right.
Remember, Sonic X, we're not going to see much English.
Chuck tries to speed along to catch up to Sonic, of course, endangering the safety of his grandson in the meantime. I know it's an abandoned country road. And again, there seems to be, like, they just know the direction of where this secret base is. I know we know kind of where Area 51 is. Oh my God. What if they have that, like, hashtag raid Area 99? Sonic doing his Naruto run past.
Oh, man.
In the base, we see one of the first things we see is the CGI cameras. I think the CGI cameras look really cool. They're a bit jaggy, but I think, again, this is 2003. CGI in anime is...
It's still new.
Not new as such, but especially in something cheap and crap like a Sonic thing, I think it looks okay.
It's not terrible.
There's the first outright stupid thing. So, again, Cream and Cheese are in this big scanner. But you can see Cream can talk. Should we just say English, the human language, at least, wherever this is, because it's probably America.
Yeah.
And she's, asking for help and all this kind of thing, but it doesn't appear that anyone's tried talking to her.
No. This is the opposite of Sonic's problem. Sonic refused to talk to anyone last episode while everyone was trying to talk to him.
Well, maybe just everybody needs to, like...
Communication, not big on it in this world.
No, exactly. So they talk and don't contain with Sonic, and then they contain and don't talk with Cream for some reason. I don't know. That's pretty strange why they do anything like that.
Just ignore the cries. We're going to scan.
The good thing about me liking the cameras is that there's a hilarious amount of them.
Oh, yeah. Someone had budget to spend. They did not want to go through a year and not spend every goddamn penny. No budget cuts in Area 99.
I'd love to do a count on how many cameras there are, external and internal.
Hey,
that
Steve,
we see.
How many cameras have we got in the storeroom? Just 5? Triple it.
Triple? 15? You think there's 15 cameras? There's 15 in the hallway.
I'm just talking about the storeroom, man.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Not the corridors.
But somehow, all of these cameras are so shit that Sonic just literally runs past them all, and he goes into the air vent. But the intruder alarm fires, and for some reason, even though they haven't seen anybody go past, I mean, there's a good chance that maybe it's like pressure sensor. We don't get anything of that. We see a billion fucking cameras, and Sonic just runs on by like it's nobody's business. I don't think this is a plot hole, but there's no evidence for this at all. I think that the intruder is Tails.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
There is zero evidence for this.
I mean, it'd be a lot easier to notice Tails.
Because Tails seems to enter the base at the same sort of time. Because he's got this weird paper airplane thing.
He does.
And causes a massive power outage.
Which works well for Sonic.
Well, it does, but even though you can see the damage is quite hilariously severe, they fix it within 2 minutes.
Hey, everyone's really efficient.
Backup generator. Well, you say that. It can't be backup generator or nothing like that because the security cameras have got lasers on them.
Yeah, we didn't mention the lasers. Although
this is actually the point where Sonic swears when he realizes the power comes back on and the cameras
Sonic
all
grabs
look at him
Cream,
and
they
says,
start running. He has to run slower because for some reason he can't just pick Cream up.
Well, maybe that's like, if he runs fast with her or anything like that, he will rip her fucking arm off.
That's why he said, just pick her up.
Yeah, but then maybe she can't withstand the G's.
Her skin is just gonna like peel off as he's running out of the base.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe Sonic's like a bit. Well, Sonic's quite aerodynamic, isn't it? The way that, but he is.
Yeah, okay.
That's part of the design. That's why he can do that. But anyway,
he ran so fast he turned blue.
You're not supposed to enter your own fan fiction into this contest.
STC isn't fan fiction.
Oh yeah, fuck, good point. Yeah, but there's also no fucking Dr. Kintoba in this.
We don't know. That hasn't been ruled out.
Yeah, yes, it has, because his grandfather is Gerald Robotnik, not Kintoba.
Have they mentioned that in Sonic X?
Yeah, they will do.
They haven't yet.
Oh, right, okay, fine.
The future doesn't exist, Paul.
Man, blue lightning is fast.
The power turns back on in a matter of minutes after all that heavy damage. The laser cameras look straight at Sonic, and he goes, "Shit, let's go."
Does not say shit, let's go in English.
The funny thing is, they actually managed to match the flaps. The flaps is what it's not like the flaps, but the flaps was what they call it in dubbing. Where the shit,
the lip flaps.
Let's go is, well, it's not let's go. I think it's Ikuze, which they've managed to go for. Cream, hang on. Arguably a better line.
I mean, it makes more sense for Sonic.
Cream, hang on, because that's what's good. It's not shit. Let's go. That's quite a different characterization for him to be like, oh, for fuck's sake. This is what I can believe in a shadow that was smoke.
I don't know. I think we're going to see a smoking shadow.
Oh,
I want to believe. If you guys have any fan art of shadow smoking, please send it to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a scrapbook.
And, smoking vor.
Oh, no, that's a step too far. Let's keep the smoking and the vor separate. I can't put them in the same book.
More paper planes turn up. Little tiny ones. I don't know what them. I'd say paper planes. They look like
paper airplanes, but they've got some kind of like circuitry on them.
Yeah. But the power cuts again, but not everything. The lights go out, but the laser cameras just go fucking mental.
Yeah, the security cameras are just firing fucking everywhere, completely destroying the base, blasting holes in the walls, setting fires. Keep in mind, people are working here. They're just doing their goddamn job. And it turns out, Tails is the one who sent all these little paper airplanes in there.
Oh, man. They can hear him through the wall. But no, actually, Sonic can just hear an airplane, and he's just like, yes, mate.
Huh? Hey, what's that? Huh? Sounds like a plane. The tornado.
This must be the place. All right, Sonic.
Hey!
Ha-ha! It was you. You're the one who helped us get out of there.
Rescues here, and he, despite the fact that he doesn't want to run really fast to rip Cream's arm off, he will burst through a fucking concrete wall to grab onto a plane that might be there.
Yeah. Thank God for him, it is there, I suppose, and it is Tails. With the tornado, I guess that just happened to come through with him.
Well, that's it. There's some sort. Well, there's some inanimate objects that have come that need to have come.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute because I have a bit of a problem with that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why Tails got to take the tornado with him when he was basically right by Amy and Knuckles and they're not there. But we'll get to that in a bit. Sonic, Cream, Cheese, and Tails, they all fly off.
Back to Chris's.
Because Where else are you gonna go?
Well, you go back to your mansion where you can live in the pool house.
I guess Sonic has already decided this is. If he's got to be stuck here, he's going to live in fucking luxury.
Yeah.
Chuck and Chris notice them and drive off. Whatever's going on in Area 99, I don't know. Last I saw, the place was on fucking fire.
What else? See, that's a plot point that they could have really gone with as well. It's like, what else could have escaped?
Well, not even what else could have escaped. Did anyone escape?
What? So what? Human casualties?
The place is on fire. All the security cameras are going buck wild and shooting anything, not even anything that moves, just anything.
I hadn't even considered this.
There is definitely some human casualties here, and it's Tails' fault.
I quite like that, but he seems to be quite happy about it.
Oh yeah, Tails is just, he doesn't understand the idea of murder.
His grandfather is chaos.
This is what Chuck wanted, is what I'm trying to say. Glossing over the complete, just horrible act that has just occurred, we get back to the mansion, and then we're just sort of like celebrating, chilling out.
They all kind of come together. They have a chat. They introduce themselves properly. It's quite. I think it's probably a better introduction to everything than the last episode. Like maybe the last one felt a little bit too overlong with concepts like the fucking Formula One police and bullshit.
I think we could have skipped the Formula One police and just made it like an extra long episode.
Perhaps. I was thinking about this as well. Like, can you cut the Formula One police and all that? I think you need a decent enough reason for Sonic to end up in Chris's pool. And that chase seems quite poignant and a decent way to do it, at least. So I think maybe in the grand scheme of things will start to look a bit better and less stupid as things go on. But as it stands, I really like this episode. I think it's dangerous that Tails is talking to Chuck about his level of science.
Oh yeah, they recognize each other. There's going to be some discussions.
Oh.
Chuck sees a promising pupil here.
There's also something that goes quite unnoticed at this point as well, is that like Chris is well known for being quite vapid and boring and such a dull character, but he has an argument with Sonic in the background while Tails is talking with Chuck and everything like that. That's quite funny. Like, you don't actually get to see the funny side of Chris ever because he's usually just pathetic.
Yes.
And that's kind of it, with an epilogue showing Dr. Eggman's base.
The Sonic characters sort of like chat to each other and realize, wait, if we're here, that means Eggman.
Dr. Eggman.
And then we sort of flash over to Eggman in his base.
Yeah.
His entire base has been transported for some reason. Sonic was in that goddamn base.
Well, not the entire thing. It seems to have been disconnected some part of it. It's not the entire thing because it's
the majority of
kind
the base.
of it's like a shipwreck at least.
It's the tower.
Yes.
So the majority of the base, not the surrounding bunkers with the robots and stuff, but Eggman, his robots, and I guess some supply of his regular robots as well, because they'll pop up in the next episode.
Well, enough for him to at least, being able to replicate things. You know, his technology is quite different from.
But Sonic, Cream, Cheese, and Rouge were in the same room as him.
Yeah.
When that place took the trip to the next dimension.
Yeah.
So, what's the justification for that? Why does Tails get to keep his plane? Why does Eggman get to keep his stuff? But everyone else just pops up left and right.
I don't. Well, you know, so your problem is that they're inside the base. Maybe they had to find it. It's been a night.
It's been an entire night.
Maybe he did have to find it, but you'd think that Dr. Eggman's probably got. He's smart enough to actually know how to kind of track his own stuff. I don't think that's too. Again, this is a children's cartoon, for fuck's sake, Zach.
No. I am a Sonic expert, and I will leave no stone unturned.
Okay, fine.
This is nonsense.
The only other thing to mention in this one is that our question from last week got answered. And it's
The ending.
the ending does
Yes.
recap the episode. It does put that much effort, minimal effort, into actually making it a bit more interesting. Now,
And Sonic still doesn't give a single shit.
nope, not
He
at all.
looks so bored.
He could not give a single fuck.
Really not a great advertisement for your show.
No.
You're going to have your main character watching back what you've just made your audience watch for the last 20 minutes, and he'd rather be anywhere else.
Another thing we didn't cover from last week, before we get on to anything else, we didn't cover the lyrics from the ending.
No, I honestly didn't pay attention to the lyrics, so please hit me.
They're good. Of course they're good. They're Sonic lyrics.
旅立つ準備はできたかいまた一つ朝が来る新しいシャツに着替えて暗闇を抜け出そう眠らない街が今日も静かにただ見守っている君と僕が始まってゆく
The song's called Mirai, which is future.
Trunks.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we all know Mirai. So the translation is, you ready for the trip?
I am.
Just one more day to go.
Aw.
Put on a new shirt.
Okay.
Don't wear your old shit. Put on a
Okay.
new shirt. And let's take off into the night. Zach's giving me the eyes right now. The sleepless city is even today still just looking over us. Why don't we sing it a new song?
Rather not.
Events that make you want to cry are remembered without reason.
Oh.
With the sound of our boots' heels, let's run through quickly. Doing things skillfully may be fine, but as we are clumsily standing here, that's what I really like about you. To shine bright and be free. Nothing to be afraid of. Past the waves of the eras, and let's start aiming for that far-off spring road. Say goodbye to the boring days. Do it without hesitation. Retighten the boots once more.
Retighten the boots.
Oh, that's brilliant. And let's open that door. The sleepless city is even today quietly just looking over us. Let's start from here. And then it's just the chorus again.
You've won me over. Let's start from here.
I think that that's possibly the best lyrics of anything we've had so far.
It's definitely unique. It definitely caught my attention. What I want to do as we go through these episodes, I want to keep a moving list. Like, I want to rank.
I was thinking about doing this.
I want to rank every episode as we go.
So about where we do it in. Okay, cool. I like this as well.
Cool.
So we're going to say the Infiltrate Area 99.
This is currently my favorite episode of Sonic X.
Yes.
As of watching this episode.
Okay.
So that will put this at number 1 and episode 1 at number 2.
Yes. Okay. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. I like this episode a lot. I think there's a lot to show for it. I think that, again, the logic of the world makes a lot more sense in this one. I think, again, Sonic's new human friends at the moment aren't completely dull. Nazi scientist Chuck is at least fun.
I don't want to get to a point where Chuck is boring.
No, I don't know if it does. He might get tedious, but I don't know if he gets boring. Well, maybe that's the same thing. I don't know. Maybe just it doesn't really have much depth, I suppose. But again, Sonic cartoon, children's cartoon. Yeah, I like this one. You like this one? You're feeling better about it this week?
I actually did enjoy this one. Still, like, second watch through, I was like, one was enough. But, you know, I'm enjoying this a lot more than episode 1.
Okay, cool. Well, let's give it a little jingle, and then we'll go to episode 3. Shadow smoking.
Shadow unfortunately doesn't smoke in episode.
I'm going to see if I can Google this a sec. See if I can find a picture of Shadow the Hedgehog smoking.
Why are you doing this?
Because do you think that's not the coolest fucking thing though?
Shadow smoking. I'm sure there are like some teenagers out there that think that is the coolest fucking thing. I guarantee it.
It's top.
What have you got?
It's wearing a tuxedo.
What have you got?
It's wearing a tuxedo.
Fucking hell. Oh my God.
Suave as fuck.
They've signed that.
They have. They have. Oh man, I totally.
Oh my God.
A fucking giant fucking doob. Oh. Oh, I don't want to look at that. Jesus. But like, if Shadow would use a gun, you'd imagine. Do you imagine if they had made the Shadow the Hedgehog sequel? He
smokes now.
Well, he swears and he uses a gun. Of course.
Okay, but there definitely have to be a scene where he puts a cig in his mouth, gets a gun up, shoots it to light it.
Oh.
Definitely. Probably while he's standing over Sonic's bloody, lifeless corpse.
Yeah. He shoots him in that intro, doesn't he? Oh, that's so fucking good.
Shadow the Hedgehog, man. Did we get a Shadow the Hedgehog arc in Sonic X?
No. They don't do Sonic Heroes, but the Chaotix do turn up.
Okay. The only decent part of Sonic Heroes.
I like Metal Sonic.
You like Metal Sonic?
I do. I like how kind of scary he is. I like his voice, like, you know.
They brought
it's just like, life form data has been copied. I'm like, mate, this is.
They brought that Metal Sonic back for the new comics, the IDW comics.
Oh man,
are not actually terrible.
They're
not amazing. They're not terrible.
Every time I kind of like flick through and look at them, I'm just like, no.
It's 100% fan service.
Yeah,
but not weird relationship fan service like the Archie ones. So it's a win in my book.
We're back, I suppose.
We are.
We've got episode 3, Dr. Eggman's Ambition, or also known as Missile Wrist Rampage.
Yeah, that's the English title, right?
Yes.
I've only seen this episode in English because time was short.
And I've only seen it in Japanese because it was late last night.
Yeah,
very late.
Cool. I watched this on my lunch break today. You watched this before you went to bed.
Because I did my homework, even if it was late. You're the one there trying to do it before class.
Yeah, that's because I'm not a square.
Oh, what the fuck are we doing? Sorry?
That's a very Chris move.
Oh.
Yeah, doing all your homework before you go to bed.
Oh, so you're the fucking Nazi scientist of the two of us.
I'm the Chuck. Chuck would totally do his work at the last possible minute and only half a job.
Exactly 5 months apart, April 20th, 2003 and September 20th, 2003. Recap straight at the end of episode 2. I don't know if it did this in English, but they kind of... I think there's one thing I actually do quite like about the dub, is it does a pre-title sequence to set things up a little bit, which I think is quite interesting. The Japanese one doesn't do this, but the Japanese one starts with the ending of episode 2 where we see Dr. Eggman, and it picks up straight away the very next morning where he decides to take over the city, and we get our first Monster of the Week part.
Dr. Eggman shuffles his cards of monsters.
We can choose. Deco comes along, gives him the stack of cards, puts him in his shuffling machine, but then does a slot machine for it. Slot machine being quite Sonic-y, of course.
I don't know. That's encouraging child gambling.
Fuck, do you reckon that they take the slot machines out of Sonic going forward?
They took them out of Pokemon.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I think definitely.
Oh, but it's...
But Dr. Eggman is a bad guy, so he's doing a bad thing. Gambling.
Have they edited them out of, like, say, the re-releases of Pokemon? Like red, yellow, and blue on the 3DS?
Oh, the re-releases of the originals?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but I never played those.
So if they have... like,
I'm sure I would have heard about it if they had.
Imagine if they edit Sonic 2 to not have gambling.
I mean, they'd only take out a terrible zone, so that's fine.
Oh, don't say that. So yeah, this represents the first time we're going to see this sequence, which is going to appear pretty much every episode for the arc.
Which robot will you use, Doctor?
Let's see. They all look so lethal. I can't choose. Missile Wrist. Perfect.
I completely forgot about the slot machines until I saw it, and then I was like, "Oh fuck, he does this all the time."
Yeah, it's okay, but we're not getting massively plot heavy yet. Anyway, the selection is, of course, E23 Missile Rest. Now, you don't know that it's E23, do you?
No,
and I don't know that it's Missile Rest.
No. Okay.
So it's only referred to as E23 in the Japanese one. I cannot find any evidence that it's not officially called Missile Rest. What do you think of Missile Rest? This is our kind of main character for the episode.
It's our big bad. It's just kind of a generic robot.
I really like the design because I think it's been designed to look like E23, like an early E series. We know the E100 series from the Sonic Adventure games. So I think because it's got like kind of domed head.
It does. I can see where you're getting that from.
Yeah, so it's like an early E series robot. I think it's got a surprising amount of personality.
If we're yet to do Sonic Adventure, it would make sense to be an early design.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I can get behind that. I can see what you're picking up there.
So I think it's quite interesting that it's been designed as like a real early basic shitty one like that. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the fact that it wrecks shit. It just turns up on the beach.
Oh, this episode is just Eggman does a terrorism. that is what it is.
Yeah. There's the introduction, well, the reintroduction or the main introduction of Knuckles and Amy in this one as well.
I'm still iffy on the English voice actors at this point in the series, but Mike Pollock does a fantastic job in this episode.
Of course he does.
He always does, but yeah, Eggman comes off real cruel.
Well, Eggman's lines in this as well are, I don't know if he appears cruel in the Japanese one, but he's really funny. The first thing we see really after he decides to pick E23 Missile Rest is we see Knuckles and Amy walking through the sewers and trying to lay low, which is the complete fucking opposite of what Sonic did. And probably...
Definitely Knuckles' influence.
Cream's too stupid and young to be able to come up with anything like that. Tails managed to lay low as well, but this is the exact right thing to do when you're in a weird dimension.
When you're in a weird dimension and you don't look like anything that lives there.
This whole thing is Sonic's fault.
All Sonic did was try and stop Eggman. He didn't mean for us to get sent here.
Even if Dr. Eggman is the one to blame, Sonic shouldn't have pushed him so far.
He's not afraid to fight back.
I love that Knuckles thinks that all of it is Sonic's fault.
I really like Knuckles in this episode. He's a jerk.
I don't know if he's a jerk, but he's more of a kind of, oh, for God's sake.
Knuckles is.
I just want to get home to my emerald.
So see, there's a bit of that in the English version, but he just more comes off as like a passive aggressive little fuck.
I had big warning signs. The next part, beach. I thought this better not be the fucking beach episode.
You can't have the beach episode in episode 3.
I know, but I got those feelings. I was like, oh my God, no, they're not going to do this now.
I'm not ready for swimsuit Chris.
Or like Sonic wearing sandals, seeing his big blue feet.
Oh, we don't see Sonic's feet in Sonic X, do we?
I don't think so.
Because if we do, I'm getting off this train right now. I never want to see Sonic's feet.
You don't want to fucking see him take off his big fucking shoe and sniff it.
Jesus Christ. That exists.
Yeah. I reckon Shadow's definitely a smoker, but Sonic's definitely a fucking shoe sniffer. Get a big old fucking whiff.
That's why he stays up so late watching anime in Chris's house.
Fucking honk of those fucking shoes after he's running all day. They can't see your face
right now.
Strange. Smells like shit.
It's not a beach episode because Missile Rest literally just turns up on the beach and starts wrecking house.
Oh, he is fucking stuff up.
Do you know what's a really cool thing that I'd actually love to have as well? And this is not something I'm going to surprise you with in a couple of weeks. They made a Missile Wrist toy.
Really?
And it's the only one they did, and it looks quite good.
Really?
Yeah. I would love to own it.
Yours for only £80.
Oh, fuck that. I wonder if they got that on
God.
eBay.
We're back to the eBay.
Oh man, I don't have enough money for this. Sonic X.
Place your votes now. How much worthless Sonic X crap will we end up with by the end of this podcast?
More than we've got now.
Not this episode. This
Holy shit.
series in particular. How much is it?
No, I haven't found it, but I found Toy Island Sonic figures in prototype. Prototype ones, never opened. 150 quid. And it's for Big and Knuckles.
Big and Knuckles?
Yeah, not even Sonic. Oh, it's not on eBay. I really fucking want the Mistletoe toy, though.
Maybe next week, guys. Maybe next week.
I'm gonna Whoa! Cream the Rabbit and Cheese Chow figure. Right, and the color has faded. I'm gonna show you the picture.
Okay.
And it looks like fucking shit. It looks like a dog toy.
Oh my God, that's a Happy Meal toy.
Yeah, how much do you think that is?
25.
Up.
40.
Up.
No.
Up.
60.
Up.
70.
Up.
75.
Up.
100.
Up.
Fuck off. This literally looks like a chew toy.
Yeah.
120.
£109.99 with £3.99 postage. They won't even pay for my postage.
Jesus Christ. Well, no, they'd be losing money, Paul.
Oh, yeah, good point. Well, do you know what? We're losing money by not making this investment.
That's true.
I mean, make sure I get this image.
Make an offer of £3.
Oh, do you reckon I can? Nah, there's no fucking...
These Sonic X, web stores, man.
1 available, 12 watching.
12 watching. Okay, if you buy that and you're listening to this podcast, unsubscribe.
No, fucking subscribe.
Unsubscribe right now.
I want pictures. I want you to...
Okay.
Get their fucking...
Sonic X merch aside, back to the show.
I've put the... Missile Wrist on the beach. He's ruined their day, is what I put.
Yeah. Missile Wrist has ruined their day.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
The next thing we see is Tails and Chuck just hosing down the tornado, just cleaning it.
They don't know what's happening right now.
Well, there's somebody that does, and it's Chris. Out of nowhere, again, he just arrives looking for Sonic. When he finds out that Sonic's gone and out for a walk.
Sonic doesn't walk anywhere.
Well, that's true.
This is very off-brand.
He gets angry at Sonic for not being there, as if he wanted to talk to him, but instead
Chris is one of those.
He goes after Sonic to, why the fuck's he not here? And then kind of, that's more important than there's trouble in town right now. Now, there's something that I find really interesting about this little interaction as well. And it's, why is this Sonic's problem, Chris?
Yeah.
So who gives a fuck? There's things going on in town.
You've got Formula One police.
He's not a superhero at the moment. What exactly? Exactly. But
why aren't we do not see the Formula One police at all this episode?
That's because this is too slow. They only go after fast things.
I thought crime wasn't a problem in this city because they were so fast.
Did they say that?
Yeah. In episode 1, they're like, oh, this has been so busy since we started the Formula One police. There's been no crime to stop. There's a giant fuck-off robot blowing your town up. You don't even show up.
Well, the police are after it again. They are firing their sniper rifles, which I'm sure were lasers in the English one.
They were lasers.
But they're firing them wrong. Number one, why are they fucking firing sniper rifles and flamethrowers at this robot? The police in this city, which I think henceforth we will call Station Square. Because it probably is.
It hasn't had a name yet, has it?
Well, even on the cards, it's only known as the city.
In the cards, it is called the city.
It hasn't been named, but it's got to be Station Square, isn't it? But the police force here are so inept.
Well, because they've been relying on the Formula One police for so long.
That might be a thing. Like they're firing their sniper rifles from the hip at this giant robot with a fucking rocket arm that's just been wrecking house.
While Eggman is just floating around, trolling the fuck out of the lot of them.
Who they don't try and shoot or burn.
No. He's got no protection. He is literally a floating target.
Dr. Eggman is absolutely excellent in this. He does what the fuck he wants. He looks visibly bored of this, of how easy it has been to conquer this city. Like it's I think, you know, they always say like the kind of the Batman and the Joker are kind of made from each other and everything like this. And I think that Dr. Eggman's kind of happy to see Sonic because he's waltzed into town trying to make the new Eggman Empire, which is cool that he's actually just wants to build it wherever. He doesn't even give a shit about conquering over.
But it's just so easy.
He's so visibly bored and quite annoyed by it all.
There's a word for this. Boring.
So he punks these police officers so easily that they just sort of give up.
Yeah, they do. They do. That's why it's so funny that he's talks to the chief of police, who's just like, can you just give me this fucking town? And the chief of police is just like, you'll have to ask the mayor. And later on, they get the mayor in, and he's like, and then
it closes. Like there's a close up on Eggman's face where he's like, "Bring him to me."
I am the one giving the orders here.
Oh yeah, what makes you think so?
This makes me think so. Now will you surrender your city?
Sorry, Doc, that's not my call. We need to run it by the mayor.
Then go and bring him to me.
Later on, they get the mayor, and the mayor's just like, you're going to have to ask the governor or the president. And he's just like, oh, for Christ's sake.
He says something like, oh, it's not within my power to do that.
He actually mentions in the Japanese one, oh, we'll have to ask the president. Phone the president up right now so that we can give this city over to this.
At which point, Eggman's just like, fuck this, I'm taking it.
That's it. Chris goes to the park because he thinks he'll find Sonic there.
Takes Chuck along.
Yeah. But
Sonic! Sonic!
Yeah. But we find out that Sonic is actually fucking miles away in the Rockies, in the mountains, the snow-capped mountains. Could not be further away. I know that they're going to become like really good friends and everything, but it seems to me at the moment that Sonic does not like Chris. But he's fine with using him.
Sonic is not a good friend.
No, but Chris is just a means to an end.
Chris is needy as fuck, though. You left the house and you didn't tell me. Where are you, Sonic? I'm going to run around the park and scream your name.
He left the house. What do you think you're doing? What time is this?
Sonic is like up a mountain, turns around, sees a giant hole, just fucking jumps in it.
Yeah, total lad. Back to Knuckles and Amy again. They talk about wanting to go home, and all Knuckles wants to do is get back to guarding his emerald.
There's a little flash to the Master Emerald.
Cool that it actually matches its Sonic Adventure design. It looks exactly like it does.
A bit of respect for the like source material.
Yeah, I also quite like. If he wanted to get back to guarding the Master Emerald so badly, why did he leave it in the first place? For this
to break a rock.
To break a rock, yeah.
Literally, if he didn't go there to break that rock, he wouldn't be in this situation right now.
They can hear the robot E23 rampaging above, so they leave the sewers, and they're in the crowd, and no one pays them any notice at all because Missile Wrist walks into the bank. And literally then says, Dr. Eggman says, I'll meet you on the roof, and literally shoots through the middle of the entire building and goes at the top. I don't know if that's played for laughs in the English version, but it's fucking hilarious the way he just walks into the bank.
Tails, like his wind of this giant robot wrecking the town. So he gets in the tornado.
Oh, no. He gets wind of it because Dr. Eggman's broadcasting himself, introducing himself to the world, hijacking every channel and
very Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, and making like kind of screens appear and all that kind of thing. Like he quite likes the flair. He's quite celebrity about it all.
Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Eggman, and I have some exciting news for you. Exciting for me, that is, and catastrophic for you. I have decided to take over your world and make it part of the new Eggman Empire. Resistance is futile. You will submit to my rule or be swept away like dust bunnies.
I think he does this more to get his face out there than he does to actually win anything.
Yeah, probably.
He wants those Twitter followers.
Yeah, absolutely. Subscribe, smash that like
Sonic
button.
Xperts.
Oh, so like in this universe, Dr. Eggman wants to be a YouTuber.
He definitely does.
Hi guys, Dr. Eggman here. Just smashing up the bank.
Hi guys, Dr. Eggman PhD. Check out my cool robot.
I've written, vows to take over the world with a smile on his face, top lad. And he fucks up the police in literally just one shot. That's it.
He's hilariously overpowered for this world.
Oh, completely.
So Tails suits up, gets in the tornado. Chris comes out with a football helmet.
Football helmet! Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
This is exactly why Chuck was trying to get him to be more daring. Because fucking hell, Chris. What's going to happen? You're going to fall out of a plane? That's going to save you? No, you're fucked. You're fucked, kid.
Football helmet. I don't know.
I was really angry when I saw that football helmet.
I don't know what the thought behind it is. Like, I don't know if they have to display some sort of like child safety or anything like this in case you end up in a biplane anytime soon.
If you end up in a biplane fighting a mad scientist with his giant missile robot,
wear a helmet.
Wear a helmet, kids.
But there's something about Chris wearing a football helmet which is really fucking funny. Like, I don't.
Why is it a football helmet?
Well, this is the thing as well. Like, I don't see Chris as being quite sporty. I just don't know anything about Chris. His parents are on the dramatic, and what's his dad do?
I don't know.
I think he's like a banker or a lawyer or something.
He doesn't seem to have any friends. He only hangs out with his uncle. With his uncle.
No, his granddad.
His granddad.
His clone.
His dad. He only hangs out with his dad
and the hired help,
which we haven't seen yet.
No, true, but he mentions them often fucking enough. Like, that's his friends. But like, because of that, like, I think if his mother is an actress and more on the dramatic side, if his dad is like a lawyer or a banker or something like that, and more kind of, I suppose, academic side, and his granddad is a scientist, I don't know if any of that leads to sport particularly, but also I don't really see Chris. Chris isn't exactly built for sport as it is. Or it doesn't seem like he's not really big into confrontation there from what we've seen so far. He's good at being a little bitch.
All I know about Chris so far, he's a little bitch and he's a pushover.
Yeah, so I don't really think he's big into football. So I don't really know why he's got the gear. Like, and as well, it must be fairly recent because it fits. It's not like
he's a growing child.
Yeah, it's not like
allegedly
he played football like 3 years ago because he would have been like 11 and it would have been way.
He's also immaculate.
He's not 14, is he? How old is Chris?
I don't know.
12?
Is he older than Tails?
Well, Tails is like 8.
Yeah,
inexplicably. Hang on, let's have a look at this. Look on the internet for Christopher Thorndike, age 12.
Okay.
So yeah, like if it was a football helmet from years ago, then it would be tiny, a little baby's hat.
It's immaculate, so I don't think it's seen any use.
Why are we spending so much time talking about this football helmet?
Because we want something to care about when it comes to Chris. Right now, we have nothing.
Tails then intervenes, and my first thought was, what the fuck is he gonna do? He doesn't have like any weapons or anything. Nope, the tornado has machine guns.
Lasers. The tornado has lasers.
Machine guns on the front. I prefer that it did have lasers, but no, it's got machine guns. He tries to gun down the
I really wish I'd seen this in Japanese now.
Oh, well, you made your choice.
And then getting, like, one shot.
Yeah. Well, almost, though. But it then does the transformation thing.
Straight
like it
out
does.
of SA1.
Yeah, which Do you not think that that's like playing their hand too soon?
A little bit. I expect you'd want to keep that for like an impressive moment.
Yeah.
Not, oh, I got hit, but I'm immediately fine. It's cool. It's free.
So again, then they're just pretty much dodging Missile Wrist and not really doing anything.
Knuckles and Amy are watching this from down below. Amy's like, we've got to go help. And Knuckles is like, nah, I can't be fucked.
No.
This ain't my problem.
So Amy runs into the bank and takes the elevator, which somehow still works.
Tails is in trouble. We've got to find a way to help him.
I've got more important things to do.
Fine, who needs you?
Don't go in there! She's only gonna get herself hurt. Amy!
Huh?
Amy! Stop! Great. What'll I do now?
Like, despite the fact that this building is crumbling to pieces, I love the fact she gets in the lift, it works, and it goes up. But not only that, Knuckles has to take the stairs, and he beats her there.
Knuckles works out.
Yeah. Well, doesn't skip leg day. But it's not Sonic who would, like, literally just be there instantly. He just... I love a scene where Knuckles is like...
No, instead we cut right to the top. Knuckles is like, I beat you. And then Amy immediately goes and attacks the rope. And he's like, no!
Well, yeah, straight away. Well, yeah, she just tried to hit it a little bit later on with her hammer, which does fucking nothing. Do you imagine if that was the way through the episode? That would be just a brilliant...
The guns do nothing, but the hammer.
Oh, yeah. Sonic running through...
hammer police.
Sonic running through, like, the... I don't know if he's still in the mountains or something like that. But catches... Oh, no, he's running through a town, a village or something like that.
He sees like a crowd of people huddling over one of Eggman's YouTube videos.
That's it.
Which immediately Sonic's like, that fucking guy. And runs off to go and join the fight.
So I was thinking about this, and I know you like to believe that there's some... Like you want something to believe in with this. And I think that Sonic is... Like, so he's gone to the Rocky Mountains. He's in some village. I think he's learning the lay of the land so that he doesn't need to sit in a car with Chris anymore.
He's just trying to make sure he doesn't have to rely on him anymore.
Absolutely. I think that's entirely why...
He's getting ready to sever.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He'll go back and sleep in the pool house and watch his adventures back on TV. But
he's going to start moving his savings to his own account.
Yeah, Amy hits the robot with the hammer and gets caught instantly. Great, thanks for that, damsel in distress. Let's move on. But if
Eggman's just like, yeah, you make another step, I'm just going to pop her.
I will fucking kill her. I will fucking kill her. I don't believe that he wouldn't do that at this point as well.
No, the way he's been in this episode, I fully believe that he would just pop.
Yeah, just done.
Eggman just seems more annoyed that anyone else has made it here than anything else.
Is this the first time that Dr. Eggman gets any kind of idea that Sonic and Powers are there?
So he says at this point, oh, of course some of you pests would have made it here. So at least it looks like that Sonic's dead.
So he didn't seem to catch the news report on TV then?
Apparently not.
Oh, okay. Well,
he's been very busy.
Because he was busy looking for the base.
Maybe so.
See, it all works. It doesn't matter if the script is shit. I'll make it work.
He hasn't been able to hack his cable yet.
No, true.
It's a new system.
It's Eggman's super sucky machine.
Chris does nothing apart from he manages to throw the Ring X Machina to Sonic so that he can go to CGI ball mode.
And then, straight out of episode 1, Sonic just turns into a fucking ball and one-shots everything.
And apparently that, like, catching Sonic in this is now more important than actually, like, trying to have the hostage, so Missile Wrist lets it go so that he can concentrate on...
I think maybe you're on something with, like, the Batman and Joker. He sees Sonic's alive, and he immediately is like, priorities change. Like, oh, this is about fighting you again.
I think that's a Missile Wrist thing, though, not Dr. Eggman. I think the robot's more like, fuck this bitch. I want to try and catch the CGI ball. That's hit and miss, isn't it? Because like the CGI ball effect looks shit, but like the cameras were quite good and the kind of cell shady kind of thing. But that ball effect, man,
so the
it's
problem with
so
the ball,
boring.
Yeah, that's the problem. it doesn't change. And anytime they try and show you what Sonic actually looks like, it's a still image every time.
Yeah. It's for something that's so animated, it doesn't look very animated.
For something that is apparently his finishing move, that I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of, it's really dull.
And being with that as well, he just managed. The only cool thing about this fight is that Sonic manages to land on Mistlerisk's missile arm and
just
convince him to smash it himself. Love it, absolutely love it. Again, that's maybe a Sonic reference to, bosses which you have to make hit themselves and things like that. I like it. Then he just one-shots Mistlerisk as if it's nothing. Which is a bit of a shame. But I suppose as well, you don't want this to be a big fight. You need to kind of balance the power a little bit more. It can't be anything too dramatic.
This is the first robot. I mean, we have to work our way up. Eggman flees. I'll get you next time. And then the SWAT forces just show up.
And they hold Sonic and Pals at gunpoint.
All right, nobody move.
Oh, great. Now what?
Don't try running away.
Knuckles never runs from a fight.
Hey, easy, pal.
To which Knuckles says, I'll never back away from a fight.
Until they say, look, mate, come on, let's go. And he was like, all right, yeah, sure.
Then he like smiles at them and backs away from a fight.
And again, as we should probably explain, as they escape on the tornado.
Well, the SWAT team are just shooting lasers at them.
Of course.
Which I'm sure were
guns.
like machine guns in Japanese.
Yeah.
As they're flying away, Sonic's like, oh, we'll go back to Chris's place. Or was it Tails? It might have been Tails saying, oh, we got Cream back at Chris's place.
Yeah.
Because, I think Sonic's fully out at this point. And Knuckles just goes, fuck the lot of you, and just glides away.
We'll go back to my house, guys. Cream and cheese are already there waiting for us. Wow, them too? So we're all here together.
Count me out. This is where I get off.
No, don't go!
See you around.
He's not coming with us? Why not?
That's Knuckles. He does things his way.
He just lets go of like the ladder they're all hanging onto, and then he just Knuckles glides away.
But that's like the moment after Tails mentions that cream and cheese are back there. Do you think that Knuckles hates cream and cheese?
I think maybe there's some shared history there.
He just fucking can't stand them for some reason. Like, I'm not. Oh, cream and cheese are back there.
Ah, fuck this.
No chance.
That's why he stayed outside when Sonic was going to save him. Amy's like, no, Knuckles, why are you leaving? And Sonic says, Knuckles likes to do things his own way. And then the episode ends.
That's it. I like this one. I actually think that these first 3 episodes together work quite well in a... You could edit them together in like, not as a movie, but like as... Because it's probably only up to about halfway through a movie would be here. But like, you've got all the structure for that here. And this would be the first confrontation. Maybe things go a bit... In a movie structure, things would go a bit sour after this fight, and then they'd all come back together for the final battle.
Maybe the first part of a 3-episode TV special.
Yeah. I think, and if that's the way it would go, I think the 3 of them together would be a lot more positive with that. There are issues with like logic in certain places, like the elevator in the crumbling building.
I found that more endearing than annoying. I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah, and Knuckles' possible racism towards Chows.
But I do have to wonder how much of what we're enjoying is us adding stuff to this to justify it in our own heads.
Does that matter?
I don't know.
Entertainment's picked up in any way possible, isn't it? So I like this one. I like it still. I don't know if it ranks as well as the last one, but
I really, really enjoy Eggman in this episode.
Yeah, and I like Mistlerisk. I think that like he's even got a little voice. He's just like, yep, cool.
I can see this Monster of the Week format already getting old if they're just going to repeat this over and over again.
Yes.
So I'll see how I feel the 5th time we see this episode.
Yes, and I have a feeling that it will be more than 5 times.
And because I can already see how formulaic this can be, this does not top my ranking list right now.
No. Well, that's not fair. You can't hold it to anything else so far.
Just watching the episode, just the second I saw the slot machine, I was like, this is going to be a thing, isn't it?
Yes, but that's take it as the merits by its own. Like I think the little things like Missile Wrist turning up on the beach and ruining everyone's day, shooting through the middle of the bank. I like it. Like I think we're going to get much worse than this, but I think it's good. I like these 3 episodes. Do I think it's better than episode 2? So you would say you put this in the middle?
I would put this 2nd place.
Yeah.
With the 1st episode taking bottom, 2nd episode top.
Okay.
2, 3, 1.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think that the Tails and Amy scenes are not Tails. The Knuckles and Amy scenes are boring. I don't think Amy sucks. I think Knuckles is the worst in this episode.
Knuckles' only character trait is dick.
What do you think? We haven't really. It's probably a good point to do this now since we've seen most of the characters. What do you think of the voice actors now that we've got in places for this? Starting with the Japanese ones, because again, the Japanese actors have been in these roles for a few years now. Chris is not teenage, like kind of shonen boy. There's not really much to speak of. I like his Japanese characterization and performance more than the English one, which is he's just always sounds like he's fucking whining.
I think I want to have one more episode to give him to really get my head around him.
Okay, I think see that's the point. I don't really want to say too much about Chris as well. That's why I say like generic and bland. But we haven't had the Chris episode yet, have we?
Yeah. So I think after the next batch of episodes, I'll be ready to give my thoughts on the voice acting. Right now, the English voice actors still seem like they're trying to find their feet. And I've not heard enough of the Japanese voice cast to really have an opinion. Sonic Drive is still better than the American opening, though.
It will never stop being. I think Sonic Drive is the only opening we ever get.
Okay, I hope they're going to at least change up the intro animation
slightly, but not much.
Yeah, okay.
Which is a shame. I think there's definitely room for several of them. I don't really know why they didn't change up a little bit.
Well, they're going to change up the ending every week, so let's not get crazy. They're already working themselves to the bone.
It's hard to put in that clip show over 30 seconds.
So, do you think this was overly long, or do we want to aim for 2 next time as well?
I'll do 2 next time.
Yeah?
Yeah, because that means we get to the good stuff quicker.
Okay. So, join us next time for episodes 4 and 5 of Sonic X.
What was we saying? We've been your Sonic Experts.
We've been your Sonic Experts. Good night.
Send us your vor.
And shadow smoking.
Oh yeah, to @Sonic Experts on Twitter. I'm @Unfusiasmpaul.
I'm Sir Doctor.
And let's not fuck up the ending next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.